While lip-sync assassins slay their routines, these queens were dead in the water to begin with. Welcome to MsMojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst lip-syncs on RuPaul's Drag Race. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the sloppiest performances from the Lip Sync for Your Life face-offs on Drag Race. We're basing our choices on a mix of bad choreography, messy words, and those mismatched dance moves that are painful to watch. Lip syncs are elimination challenges, so a spoiler alert is in order. Number 10, Cameron Michaels vs. Asia O'Hara.
Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination.
The finals of RuPaul's Drag Race are supposed to showcase the best of the best, but things don't go as planned for Asia O'Hara's props. Cameron Michaels turns it out in her kimono-like top to Janet Jackson's Nasty, strutting all over the stage. Meanwhile, Asia sadly stays in place with her butterfly-adorned top, just to reveal some living insects too. Though flying creatures could be a stunning visual, the butterfly's lack of energy completely deflate Asia's performance. With Cameron's ecstatic costume reveals, O'Hara looks gimmicky and lazy by comparison. And given how derivative Asia's reveals are of Sasha Velour's pedal dance, Nasty feels like the best way to describe this lip sync. Number 9, Plastique Tiara vs. Raja O'Hara vs. Sugarcane vs. A Curious Chanel Davenport vs. Honey Davenport vs. Scarlet Envy.
Y'all need to step your pussy up. For the first time in Drag Race history, all of you will be lip-syncing for your lives.
Oh my god.
Rather than narrowing things down to a bottom 2 in season 11, RuPaul shockingly put all 6 of the bottom queens against each other. As so many queens tried to grab attention, their routines were chaotic but exciting. Though Honey Davenport stood still for so long that she looked lazy and boring. Honey's stage leap was also awkward enough to leave Ru with a scowl, and her crawls looked even more desperate. While there were poor wig reveals in the mix too, it was Honey's flailing choreography that deservedly got her eliminated that night. Number 8, Pearl vs. Miss Fame. Tensions were already high between Pearl and Miss Fame, so their bottom 2 face-offs seemed like it would be a fierce showdown.
I hate that we had to have this energy, but I have to fight to be here, and I hope and pray that I get to stay.
But with an oversized dress covering her body, Miss Fame's moves looked stilted in comparison to Pearl's. Though Pearl wasn't high energy per se, Fame's slow moves were disheartening to watch. Even with the funny middle fingers and some wild arm dancing, this lip sync felt boring next to Drag Race's usually ecstatic performances. While Miss Fame's parting words had a star level of humor, her lackluster showing here just wasn't up to par for the late stage of the competition. Number 7, Trinity the Tuck vs. Charlie Hides. After their talk show skits disappointed the judges, Trinity the Tuck and Charlie Hides had one of the most lopsided lip syncs in Drag Race history. Trinity went all out from the start, and she flipped enough to have the judges screaming and laughing endlessly. Charlie, on the other hand, planted herself to the extent that her fellow queens were screaming at her to move.
Charlie, let's go!
Her I give up attitude was disrespectful to Trinity's efforts and the competition as a whole.
Trinity is selling the song. Charlie, on the other hand, it looks like she's telling children to get off her lawn.
With such a top-notch lip sync from Trinity, Charlie's excuses only added to how shameful her lip sync came off to audiences.
I'm not a lip sync performer. 99% of the acts in London sing live. So I just need Ru to say it, sashay away.
Number 6. Valentina versus Nina Bonina Brown. Valentina was one of the dominating queens on season 9 of Drag Race, so it was surprising to see her cover her face in a lip sync. Despite her otherwise solid dancing against Nina Bonina Brown, Valentina's mask caused the judges to unexpectedly reset the battle.
Valentina, this is a lip sync for your life. We need to see your lips. Take that thing off of your mouth.
I'd like to keep it on, please.
Her lack of actual lip syncing dragged the performance down, as Nina strutted circles around her. While it was unprofessional for Valentina to forget her words, it was more upsetting to watch considering how talented she'd been on the show.
Oh, she doesn't know the words.
And by messing up such an essential part of Drag Race, Valentina's mistake was a standout.
Valentina, I thought you had the stuff to go all the way. Now, sashay away.
Number 5. Vivienne Pinay versus Honey Mahogany. Despite their poor offerings in a ballet challenge, both Honey Mahogany and Vivienne Pinay boasted about their abilities going into the bottom 2.
I can sing live and then really able to deliver a lip sync. This competition is mine.
It was hard not to cringe at this confidence, however, as both contestants stumbled their way through the lip sync like zombies. With their lethargic movements, it was more entertaining to watch the judges' bored faces during the routine. And this was to Oops, I Did It Again, so there was no excuse for them to be so bland. Honey's last-minute burst of emotions only looked worse as a result.
They're both lacking energy. It's Britney Spears. Bring it.
After this lazy face-off, it wasn't even that jarring that RuPaul eliminated both queens for the first time ever.
I'm sending you both home. I'm sorry, my dears. Neither one of you showed me the fire it takes to stay.
Number 4. Dax exclamation point versus Layla McQueen. The trash talk was fierce going into Dax and Layla's bottom 2 duel, so you'd expect them to throw themselves into the music.
I'm pretty confident I can definitely beat Layla. Sorry, I forgot her name for a second.
Despite their dramatic openings, the rest of their lip sync to I Will Survive was reserved and unenthusiastic.
If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me, boy, now go!
Heck, even guest judge Jamal Sims looked more excited about the song than either queen on stage. Power moves like splits were notably sloppy, and outfit removals were anticlimactic to say the least. The mix of smug attitude and underwhelming energy was frustrating to watch, and got both queens eliminated. And given how well the judges explained the song's importance, this kind of reservation was a huge misstep.
Neither one of you survived that lip sync. I must ask you both to sashay away.
Number 3. Shangela Laquifa Wadley versus Venus Delight. As the right stuff played behind them, Shangela and Venus Delight kicked off a fun and bouncy lip sync. Venus delivered exciting dancing on and off the stage, but her words about fighting for the crown got frighteningly real. Her shoves and improvised chokers created an unbelievably violent atmosphere on the stage, which also kept her from truly performing. After all the drastic fighting, Venus's wig throw was borderline comedic too. Though Shangela tried to maintain some composure, her own wacky costume changes only worked as a way to mock Ms. Delight.
The lip syncing is starting to get a little violent.
This lack of conduct and respect for personal boundaries showed audiences that Venus definitely had the wrong stuff.
Shangela's doing what she's supposed to be doing. She's supposed to be lip syncing and performing, and Venus is just really pouncing on her.
Number 2. Mimi I'm First versus India Farah. Despite the memo from RuPaul about brawling on stage only episodes prior, Mimi I'm First treated her lip sync with India like a wrestling match. Mimi's theatrical antics went from entertaining to rude as she pushed in front of her opponent like a needy child. While India kept a suave face on, her step off the stage reflected just how outlandish she had to be to deal with Mimi. But when Mimi actually lifted India, she turned the showdown into an uncomfortable altercation filled with unnerving screams.
What the hell is she thinking? You can't be lifting up drag queens.
This rash behavior torpedoed Mimi's already cringeworthy dance, but at least it inspired some hilarious commentary from Ru.
Mimi, I'm first. Drag is not a contact sport.
Before we unveil our worst #1 pick, here are a few honorable, or are they dishonorable, mentions.
If I had the song down, it would have been better, but I didn't have the song down. And I had made the decision before I went on stage today that I was gonna not do that song if it happened to me.
Trinity is being weird, she's being gross, she's wearing this like old suit, long titties. I just don't understand the correlation to the number. I don't get it. It's so random. This is too much.
Number 1. Silky Nutmeg Ganache versus Nina West. By episode 11 of any season of Drag Race, the lip syncs should be jaw-dropping. So it's embarrassing to watch as Nina West and Silky Nutmeg Ganache groove like they have 2 left feet. Nina's choreography is full of weird shimmies and she barely moves anywhere.
Nina looks like a little Christmas bear that you press the button, they move like this. She just a thumb. And then feel like a walrus out of water. And good, now you just are flopping across these people's stage.
Though Silky creatively uses the back of the stage, she hilariously struggles over her own outfit. Silky's wig reveal feels clumsy, and all of her power moves come off like she's trying them for the first time. Ru is visibly off-put throughout the whole song, so her unenthused notes are comically satisfying. This lip sync is so laughably bad, however, due to the constant mistakes and minimal effort of both queens.
Ladies, I've made my decision. Meh.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.